Good evening. Uh, I want to discuss the problem of this TV here. This is a plasma Samsung TV. I think it's 50 inches Samsung plasma TV. The problem is the vertical deflections. We call this vertical deflections. Guys, I've tried to troubleshoot this one. I opened the back a long time ago. Okay? So actually the first thing I did is to always check the power supply. The power supply is a switch mode power supply, and I cannot find anything wrong with the power supply. The remote control is still working. The only problem with this TV is that it got the vertical deflections. So actually I opened the back of this. As I told you before, there are some ribbon cables connecting these screens over here, vertically, okay, and horizontally. There are lots at the back if you try to open it. One cause of this may be a problem with the insertion of the ribbon cable. But I checked the validity of the ribbon cables, there was no problem. Okay? So I conclude that the problem of this one, this came out because the driver, vertical deflections got a driver board. Maybe some of the driver boards. There are lots of driver boards over here. Over here. So maybe on this portion here, there's a problem with the driver board. So actually to remedy that one maybe is to look for the serial number of that driver board and try to, what do you call this, order online or from the manufacturer Samsung. But it's hard to look for it. But it doesn't hurt to use this one, guys. This is a 50 inches diagonal TV. Actually, if you feed your satellite over here, it's nice to, you know, watch a basketball game because it's a wide screen. It's 50 inches, right? The sound still works. Hold on.
To represent your faith.
See?
And I think going into the Easter season, it's a
There's no problem.
It is such an easy
If
gift
you
to
try to
forgive,
toggle
especially because you
the
don't need to know her size.
channel button, this is just over the air. This is just over the air transmission. You know, it's not connected to any satellite thing. Okay. So actually, my antenna is just this one. Okay.
조직적으로 이렇게
That's my antenna.
서로 죄책감을 느끼는 게 아니고 여기서 우리가 수익을 안
That's my antenna.
우리만 손을 다
It's over the air, right? It's free. Actually, I live here in Los Angeles. If there's a live game here in LA, I could watch the game, okay, by using the local channels here, by just using this antenna here. I don't have to connect it to any satellite thing or other things, you know. It's over the air digital signal. Okay? So the problem of this, guys, I will repeat it, it's the vertical deflection. The ribbon cables are intact. I mean, the insertion of the ribbon cables are good. So I presume that the driver IC on here and on here are defective. That's for a Samsung 50 inches TV. I've tried all my best to troubleshoot this. I started with the power supply because as a troubleshooter, it's always that
오는 경우가 좀 있어요. 나 볼 수가 없으니까. 예. 근데 이제 출동도 같이 나가고 그러는데 남편분은 견디 기자님은 이제 사고 수습을 이렇게 좀 하시고 옆에 계신 아내분께서 영상을 찍습니다. 그 사고 어떻게 됐는지 사고 이렇게 영상.
I muted, so you could hear me. I tried to troubleshoot it by using the proper method. I tried to check first the power supply. All the voltages needed by the modules are intact, so there was no problem. Even on the programming, there was no problem except for this vertical line here. For me, I'm a modest man. I'm a poor man. If I use this one with vertical lines, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt, right? At least I've got a 50 inches TV, right? Because for people to own a 50 inches TV, it's hard to have one. You know, for me, this was only given by my brother, and I tried to troubleshoot it. I did all my best to troubleshoot it, okay? But I conclude that the problem is the driver board over here, because there are driver boards connected to this vertical lines. There are lots of vertical lines over here. In here, you can see this vertical line. So this total diagonal here, there are lots of vertical lines. Okay? And there are a lot of horizontal lines. So there are actually driver boards over here. Okay? So my conclusion here is that the defect of this one is on the driver board driving the vertical deflection. That's it, guys. That is just to give you insight on how to troubleshoot a big screen TV. There are some troubleshooting in which we could do it. There are some in which we could not do it because maybe the material thing that we need is not available. But as I told you a while ago, I'm using this one. I was watching an NBA game. If it got vertical line, for me it doesn't hurt. Okay? It's just fine with me. Okay, guys? Good evening, Los Angeles.